What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Alright, we're coming back to Bruce Springsteen, yes indeed. Bruce Springsteen Fans Feeling You. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to do all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-boobity-bop, do me a favor. Before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This is a request from JFK, and this is actually one of JFK's 3 prioritized requests for the month of October for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So here you go, JFK. I hope you enjoy the show, man. JFK wanted to see me react to this song. It is Bruce Springsteen with a song called Because the Night. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, hold on, I recognize this, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by Lars Helden, okay? And the video has 1.9 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Bruce Springsteen, Because the Night, London 2012. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Take me now, baby, here as I am. Pull me close, try and understand. I work all day out in the hot sun. Stay with me now till the morning comes. Come on now, try and understand the way I feel when I'm in your hands. Take me now, as the sun descends. They can't hurt you now, they can't hurt you now, they can't hurt you now. Because the night belongs to lovers. Because the night belongs to us. Because the night belongs to lovers. Because the night belongs to us. What I got, I have earned.
Cross sticking, nice.
What I'm not, I've learned. Desire and hunger is the fire I breathe. Stay in my bed till the morning comes. Come on now, try to understand the way I feel when I'm in your hands. Take me now, as the sun descends. They can't hurt you now, can't hurt you now, can't hurt you now. Because the night belongs to lovers. Because the night belongs to us. Because the night belongs to lovers. Because the night belongs to
Straight ahead, 4/4, rock tune. Nothing wrong with it. Absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. Feels good. It does feel good. It feels very straight. It does feel very straight. I'm not feeling any sitting back in the pocket. Everything is just right on top of the beat. It's just very straight ahead. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. This feels like, I'm going out on a limb here. This feels like it was one of his more, I wouldn't say big hits, but this feels like this is one of his more recognized tunes. I think that's a safe way to put it. This is one of those signature songs of his. Maybe not a big hit, but it's one of those songs that you can pretty much bank that he's going to play this song at every show he plays live. Am I right in that assumption? I don't know. I'm sure you'll let me in the comments know if I'm right about that. But this has that kind of a feel like this is a song that the crowd expects to hear. So, anyway, let's keep going. Let's see where this goes. Son, get it! Wow. Okay. It was a little long, if I'm being honest. The solo did go a little long, but it was fun. It was very well done, very well executed. I was more impressed with the first half of the solo, where he was doing the tapping and incorporating the bends into his tapping. So he would tap, and as he's tapping, he would tap and hold the tap down and bend it, pulling up on the string to get the pitch bend. That was really cool. I like it when people who are tapping during their solos, they do things like that and they incorporate bends into their tapping solos. Don't get me wrong, tapping solos on their own are just fine, but when you're able to incorporate bends like that into the solo, it's really cool. Eddie Van Halen notorious for doing that. And it was cool to see there. Really well done. Let's finish the song out and we'll get to the review.
Because tonight belongs to us. Because tonight belongs to us. Because tonight belongs to
There you go. Cool. Yeah, it was a really good song. Really good song. Let me think about it. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Bruce Springsteen with Because the Night. This was a request from JFK. And this was actually one of JFK's 3 prioritized requests for the month of October for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, JFK. I hope you enjoyed the show, man. Thought about it, and this score actually came pretty quick. And to be honest with you, there really is not a whole lot to talk about. So this is probably going to be a pretty short review. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 7.9. Yep, 7.9. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
This is a no-frills, straight-ahead 4x4 rock and roll tune. It really is. It really is nothing to talk about as far as complexity or anything that was amazing or mind-blowing. No, you're not going to get that with this song. This song is just meant to be feel-good, straight-ahead, have fun, rock and roll tune. And that's exactly what was delivered. I'm not sure, but I get the feeling this song is one of two things. Either this song is one of his big hits, and I could see it. I could see this song being a big hit because it is simple, it's relatable, and it's memorable. So I could see that. But I have a feeling this wasn't a big hit, but it's one of those songs where the crowd is expecting to hear it every time that Bruce Springsteen plays live. I have a feeling it's that. Now, I could be wrong, and this could have been a big hit for him. I don't know. So if you guys could let me know in the comments, was this one of his big hits, or is this just one of those songs that it goes over really well with a live crowd and the live crowd expects it to be played? You know, it's one of those two, I'm positive. Then again, I could be completely wrong, and this is a rarity. He just happened to pull out for this show. I don't know. My gut is telling me, though, that this is one of those songs that the crowd expects. So, nothing all that impressive, honestly, except for one thing. Everybody did a fine job. Don't get me wrong. Everybody was solid. You know, Max was back there on the drums, keeping it down, never taking his eyes off of Bruce for even a second. He was really dialed in on Bruce right there in that song. I mean, he's always dialed into Bruce, though, and everybody's dialed in with Max, so it all works out. Always ready for those visual cues, you know what I mean? And Bruce, being the showman that he is, I mean, I've heard stories that he'll just out of nowhere, he'll give a cue for something, and Max has got to be ready for it. So I don't blame Max at all for being dialed in. There was no laid back, there was no relaxed feel on this. This was, like I've heard in a lot of his other songs, where everybody's kind of back in the pocket and grooving. No, everybody was right on top of the beat on this. Very straight ahead, very straight feel. Nothing loose, nothing laid back at all on this one. This one was absolutely straight ahead feel. The chordal structure flowed, it made sense. The chordal flow made sense. The melodic lines, harmonies, all made sense. Everything made sense. Nothing impressive, but downright predictable in spots. But like I said, you know, I have a feeling this is one of those songs where it's not supposed to be impressive. It's just supposed to be fun. And that's what this was. I will say that guitar solo. Now, there's good and bad. The bad is, I do feel like the solo did go on a little long. Now, I enjoy the fact that, listen, this is probably the only time in the entire show where he's going to get a chance to go off the way that he did. He definitely went off. He absolutely did. He was getting it, and I can appreciate that. I can. It did feel a little long, though, towards the end. It was like, okay, let's wrap it up. But I did enjoy the first half of the solo, where he was doing the tapping, especially when he would do the tapping and he would incorporate the bends into it. You'll hear people do tapping all the time in their solos, and there's nothing wrong with it. It sounds fine. I like tapping. But when you're able to do the tapping and incorporate those bends and those little pitch shifts in with the bending, I dig it. I really do. Don't ask me why. It gives it that little extra flavor, and I love that. I do. I can always appreciate it. Always kind of going back to Eddie Van Halen when he would do it. So to see guitar players do the tapping and incorporate those little bends, it's really cool. I dig that. I absolutely dig it. So yeah, 7.9 is a really good score. It's actually the highest really good score you can get before you get into the greats. I wouldn't call the song great. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm sure there are people who will call it great, and that's fine. That is their opinion. They're absolutely entitled to it. I've heard better songs from Bruce Springsteen, if I'm being honest here. And not that there's anything wrong with this song, it doesn't compare to those other songs. So, but it is a really good song. And that solo definitely brought it up to the 7.9. So 7.9 is where we're at, and 7.9 is where we're going to stay. So 7.9, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.